So Shnerdcast episode 64 because the one we did with Cameron was Shnerdcast episode 63, but I put
Yeah.
64 on accident. And the one before we did this one, where we was the Mortal Kombat one. So that just lets you know that was like the beginning of June,
Yeah.
and we're at the end of June. So this
Yeah.
was like almost a month ago, but it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Good to be back here in the cold pad, loving
Person,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
The cult.
If you haven't checked it out, check out the we did reactions to Dexter, Invincible, fight scenes, Marvel, skating.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. So check those videos out.
The Shnerd bites are some of my new favorite things that you do. Like where I'm like, I think it's new and fresh, and it's the first time in a long time on your channel, other than when we upgrade, which we do often.
Yeah.
Right. We're good at addressing what we need to fix to make our channels better. You know.
Exactly.
But the Shnerd bites thing, I'm like, that's new. Like that's.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient, and what I like about it though is because me and you've had this conversation many times off camera, but just for everybody to know, there's been so many times where we recorded an episode and the next day, like something hella big drops,
All the
like
time.
like a Marvel
Yeah,
trailer,
we're really bad at
something
timing.
like a game or like a movie or just some crazy news, and we're like, God damn it, because I'm not gonna be able to come out here for like another couple weeks or something,
Yep.
like a week or two. So
One thing I really want to see is what I don't remember if it was you that called it this or if I'm just saying this in the moment, but I really want to see the sports Shnerds.
and
Like so bad. Like because that's something that I'm like I could get down on all the fighting episodes. Like any UFC news, I'll be able to like go bar for bar with you. But like as far as like basketball, football, baseball would be something I would have to educate myself on. But the sports thing is the next step, I think, other than the Shnerd bites. Because Shnerd bites, to me, I'm like, man, once we figure out how to really work the Zoom thing, like, we're going to really rock the Zoom platform.
bro.
Like, for real.
Well, the Shnerd bites, honestly, it was just like I was saying, just so we can cover stuff and do like proper reactions to these videos and stuff. But yeah, dude, I'm loving the Zoom thing that we're doing. It's fucking fun. It's always.
I love the Cameron episode. Shout out to Cameron, man. What
the first guy doing standing up and playing video games during the podcast, I would believe.
I know, dude. Just one of the only people to be in an in-depth conversation, and then you look at his screen and he's playing video games. He doesn't even give a fuck what you're talking about. I had a lot of fun doing that episode. That's what I was trying to say. So the Zoom, the Shnerd bites thing has been a lot of fun, like you said,
dude. So yeah, it has been fun. Lot more to come from that too. But shit, now I lost my train of thought.
No, dude, I had a lot of fun with the Shnerd bite stuff, and I really do want to see, like, I'm not saying this is the name, or I don't even know where like this thought came from, but the sports Shnerds. I'm so excited about it because like I have an admiration for like sports. Like I'm athletic as fuck. Like I'm not downplaying like my athleticism,
All of us
but
were, dude.
we all were in the group. Like.
Yeah.
We only had one or two friends that were not athletic, but they still were like ballers. You know, like our
Dre
boy
and Keith.
I was just gonna say our boys Dre and Keith are big boys. They're hefty boys. But damn, could they shoot a three?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie though.
I'll never forget watching Dre's big ass going down the middle on the paint and doing a layup, and I was like, "Yo, you got game!" Like. We were all athletic.
Dude, there was
and
a
we all
point in
had
time. There was like
pocket.
a 2 or 3 day stretch where we'd meet up with like a bunch of random people at the school to play basketball.
Yeah, like in Mitchell and shit.
Yeah, but like it would be like random people, and literally Dre was like killing it, bro.
I remember you guys tell me about. I was never there for those.
I have one memory where this dude literally, they passed him the ball and he made like a bunch of shots, and this fool pump faked it, and somebody jumped by. And then he dribbled the ball and spun real quick and then shot it, and hella made it. And I was like, me and Keith looked at each other like, the fuck?
You know, hey, I know we never all balled together, but I think a lot of that had to do with who I was back then, and I just was not getting along with you guys back at that time.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget. I have an excuse, and it's a bullshit excuse in itself. But I'll say it because this is why I never really tried. Because I fuck around and I put the blame on you guys for not inviting me. But if I really wanted to go, I would have invited my fucking self. Like, I'm an original. Like, I don't need nobody's permission.
You just
but,
show up, you're like, I got next. I got now. No,
it's 6-on-6. I'm the 7th member. Will, you got to go away. No, just kidding.
It's like 505.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking uneven. I'm playing no matter what. No, but
okay, I got you.
But no, my big excuse was that we went and balled a couple times, right? Like a handful of times, but there were 2 times that ruined it for me. And I don't know. I know for a fact I've never told these stories. So for one, we were at Mitchell. You have told this story, but I've never told it from my perspective. We were at Mitchell with Dan and us, and we balled. And Dan started talking shit to that girl on the street. And that dude came up. And I was like, yo, let's mob him up. And everybody was like, we know them. Like, and you were telling me, you were like, I know him. I don't want to do this. That's my boy. Like, and I was like, oh.
Wait, to the guy that was trying to fight?
Wasn't it? Was that you that was doing that?
I remember.
Because you guys knew him. Not maybe he wasn't your boy, but you knew. I thought you guys knew him.
I didn't know him.
Okay. Oh, my bad. So maybe I'm mistaken. But my perspective was that me, you, and the other people were like, yo, we're not trying to fight random people. We're trying to play basketball. And Dan had gone off the handle on that girl who was talking shit.
Remember that.
And she was talking shit, like, in defense of Dan. She was, like, joking. But the thing is, when you're playing anything publicly, when somebody starts to fuck with you publicly, yo, embrace it. Like, it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day when I would get mad at people talking shit about us skating, I wish back then I had this mindset of being like, that's hilarious. Like, hey, here's the skateboard, here's the basketball. An example, show me up. Because back in the day, skating, that would have solved all of our fights. If we just were like, show us up. And I'm like, well, shut up. Like, and we've been good. Same with basketball. But Dan kind of blew up. And that situation ended up happening. And I remember I was like, why is everybody acting hella weird? And I walked up to Dan, and I literally remember I like put my head towards his ear, and I turned away from the dude, and Dan was looking at the dude, and I was like, knock him out. And Dan was like, I don't want to. And I was like, what? And he literally pussed out. I remember that whole way home. I was like, but you can raise up to us. You're the toughest dude in the group all of a sudden when it's us. I remember, I remember that whole way home, bro.
I literally de-escalated that whole thing though. But I remember you.
I remember you at de-escalated.
You were pissed though. You're like, man, you made us look like a bunch of pussies.
Yeah,
I'll
was
never forget that.
So fucking mad, dude, because that's what it was. Okay, now I'm starting to remember. What it was we didn't know those kids, but I seen them around all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just made me look like a little bitch.
What's crazy though is I see one of them still, and he's in a fucking like wheelchair, like a fucking.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad. Yeah. I hope he's okay. Like I know cruel intent, like, but back then I was a hothead, and like
what's hilarious
pissed me off. And that's my first story, by the way. I have one more, and it's a shorter one, I promise.
Well, just real quick. I totally remember that. I remember we're playing basketball.
Sorry,
we were playing ball, and then Dan missed the ball, and then the chick was like talking shit.
Yeah.
And then she said something. Dan was like, "Whatever, fuck you. I'd like to see you do something." And then her boyfriend or whatever, like
was
fucking,
like right there. Yeah.
He like took his shirt off and ran across the street and jumped to like the little fucking.
No, he didn't jump it. He leaped over it with one hand, very gracefully, thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking mob this white boy up."
I'll never forget this though, because I do remember that, and I remember Dan was like, "What?" and they started squaring up, and I remember you were like, "Dan, beat his ass!" I
was like, "Dude, beat this bull!" No, but you're forgetting. They were going at it, and then the dude turned around and was like, he didn't walk away. He just was getting space between them.
They were squaring up, dude.
They were nose to nose. But before that happened, when the dude was walking up, I walked up to Dan, was like, "Yo, throw the first punch."
I remember
like
walking,
knock him out.
I remember walking in between them, and I was like, Dan, I told Dan not to do it. I was like, dude, you don't have to fucking do this. And I looked at the dude, and I was like, dude, I told him, I was like, we're not going to fight you. I think that's what pissed you off, because I was like, we're not going to fight you. And fucking.
You gotta remember, at that time, I was the most hot-headed out of my whole early years. You gotta remember how hot-headed I was.
But dude, I just remember, like, he would like look like he was about to like ready to fucking punch. Like, he looked so mad. Like, I'm sure whatever is happening whatever's happened at his life was like.
No, he was ready to take it out.
Was the tipping point. There,
yeah, he was ready to
but
take it out.
I just remember I was just like, I turned to him and I put my like, I was just like, I'm gonna get fucking socked, bro. Because I remember looking at like he got like ready to like do some shit, and I was like, are you really gonna fucking punch me?
That's right.
And I literally had my hands on my fucking side, and I was like, I'm about to get fucking knocked out.
I remember you telling me that afterwards. Yeah. And now looking back, I feel bad that I was so mad because you were just like trying not to get like punched from a cheap shot, you know?
Well, I was asking for it honestly, like because I was trying to de-escalate it, and I was like,
dude, you should never. No. Let's kill that dialogue real quick because I want everybody listening that if you're trying to de-escalate something and somebody does something cheap or throws a punch or gets hot-headed and your purpose is to de-escalate and somebody took it to the next notch up and your whole purpose was de-escalating, that's not okay on their part.
He probably honestly thought too if he would have punched me, everybody else would have came and beat him up too.
Bro, I told you this on the Zoom thing. I was like, I've told you this a lot where I'm like, there are very few people in our group that if you fucked with them, everybody would mob up. Ben is one of the untouchables. Like, don't fuck with Ben around like this group of friends because all the homies are gonna come in. This is where you're just like Jimmy. This is where you're just like Jimmy because Jimmy was the same way. If anybody fucked with Jimmy, it wasn't that his friends were tough or strong or it's that he had 100 friends.
He had a mob.
Yeah, and like if you're the one guy at the party fucking with him, the whole party knows Dan. I mean, the whole party knows Jimmy, and like it's like that's the same with you, but in our circle where it's like, yo, that would have been. You're right. That moment where if he would have hit you, but. I was fucking mad though. I was fucking pissed, and that ruined basketball. That was my point.
And at that time too, we didn't have the best relationship.
None of us did. Not me with any of you guys for certain, or me or you, me
with you, me with Will.
Yeah. And then, so my second story is the quicker one. You may not remember this. Yeah, it's like the weird elementary school. Kyron used to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kyron was there. I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was. I think it was me, you, Kyron, and Will, and we played a 2-on-2, or there were other people that we met up with. These are smaller hoops. We're just playing because we don't want to skate that day, but we do want to do something like physically exerting our energy, and so we go and play basketball at this place. You might remember. And I'm telling it like this so everybody listening knows. But yeah, so we went and played. We go. I can't remember if we played these random people or if we were playing on one court and they were playing on the other. But these kids kept harassing. These kids, I can't remember if we were playing together or what, or if they were on the next court. But I do remember that one of the younger kids that is much younger was like causing a lot of problems, and the older brothers were like promoting them, talking shit to us. And I remember I looked at you guys and I was like, yo, I'm gonna let it slide a few more times, but if it happens, I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna pop that little kid. And everyone's like, don't do it. And I was like, no. I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna smack that little kid. And you for sure were there. It was you, I think Kyron, but Will was there, and I think Dan was there. Because that, you know what? I think there was 6 of us actually, because I think we were playing 3-on-3. It was between us. Elementary, yeah.
I don't know if I was there.
You were there. For sure. Because I never played basketball with them without you there. Because I didn't like being around.
There was a few times you did.
With Keith, yes.
Yeah.
But I could not be around the group without you around because, like you said, you were always the de-escalator, and I always got hyped up around them.
I don't know. We'll keep on going.
These fucking... The kid just kept, like, for whatever reason... was this little kid was pinpointing me out of a group of like 6 people or 5 people. And I was like, yo, why are my friends like not, we're playing basketball together. And at this time you guys had already started like separating me from the basketball, which I was like, yeah, I'm not very good. I don't give a fuck. Like there's other things that I bury them and I body them and I don't like exclude them from. So that's their thing, you know, whatever. But at the time I was such a fucking hothead, and This little fucking kid kept fucking with me.
What happened with the kid?
So the kid kept doing it, and I remember I looked over at whoever. I don't remember. This is so long. This is like 10, 12 years ago for both of us. And I look over at you guys, and I'm like, I'm going to go pop this kid. Like, I'm going to go, and his brother's going to mob up, and I need to know you guys are going to. And everybody was like, no, dude, don't. What are you? It's a kid. And I was like, we're kids. We're like 18, and his 18-year-old brothers are sitting there encouraging this. Do you want me to pop him or them? Because I'm getting sick of this. And you guys convinced me to calm down. And I was like, all right, they're right. I'm being a hothead. And the kid fucking chucked the basketball at my head. And the basketball smacked me in the head. And I fucking lost it. And everybody...
There, dude, I swear, I don't remember this at all.
The only reason... I don't know what you were doing in that moment. I remember you weren't...
I don't know if I was there because I'm sure I would remember this, dude.
Maybe
you're
right. Maybe it was
dude.
Keith. Dude, you're so right. It was Dre that was there. It was Keith, Dre, me, Mike, and Will. That's who was there. My bad. I apologize. This is 12 years ago.
I definitely remember a kid throwing a basketball.
No. And on top of it, I want it to be known that anytime anybody's usually ever fucked with me, Ben is the first one that is always jumped in. Like, no doubt. Like, the best story is with that kid. I won't say his.
Just say his name. I'll cut it out.
Well, you can say his name because it's my name, Josh.
Oh.
And that fool fucked with me, and you came up, and all I remember hearing, because I literally was looking at somebody else, and this kid hit me, and I remember being like, "What the fuck?" And all I heard was Ben be like, "You don't fuck with my friends," and clunk, and he hit him with the skateboard over the back of the shoulders or whatever. So Ben's never. So you're right. Yeah. You weren't there. The kid hit me in the head, and I was about to fucking lose it, and they all held me back. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And like I look, and they're literally like, "No." And their brothers, the older brothers, got up, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a fucking dust to you guys." And I'm like, I'm looking at these Keith and them, and and they're like trying to be like, wait. They're not holding me back. They're just like, wait. Dude, talk to us instead first. And I was like, yo, your homie just got assaulted by a child. Let's go spank the kid and fuck up his older brothers and show them that they're like who they. Yeah. And all of them hussed out. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go do it myself. And they're like, dude, we're dipping then. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And like I literally remember. You're right. You were not there. I apologize, everybody, for this long, drawn out story. Ben was not there. Now that I think about it, it wasn't you, and Dan wasn't there either. It was the five of us. Yeah, dude. I remember I literally went home. I was like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. Those kids dipped, and we walked out in the parking lot, and I was like, let them be out here. And we walked out, and the very first words out of their mouth were, "Oh, let's go watch a movie." Like that never happened. And I was like, I remember sitting there and going, I'm never playing basketball with any of these guys ever again, because every time I do, they make me look like a pussy. And the thing is that it's the last straw. It only took 2 for me.
We were watching some game trailers earlier, and Evil Dead, man, that game looks fucking sick, bro. We were talking about how it could be like a Friday the 13th game, something like that, like where you have missions and people could be bad and stuff. What I do really like about that game, though,
you're talking about Friday, Jason for everybody. Sorry, I was in my own world.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I just, when you said Friday the 13th, you were like, it could be like Friday. I was like, the movie, or I forgot the game. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
But yeah, dude, that game's looking pretty fucking sick.
The gore factor looks insane.
The characters too, looks like they're gonna have an awesome character roster.
Yeah, they have Pablo. They have Ash. I hate when I do that. I talk while I hit this.
You're like,
my throat dries out.
You're like, oh shit, too much fucking carbon.
Yeah, dude, for real, cancer. Ash, Pablo. I forget the girl's name. I think it's Kelly.
Even the dude from they were showing off the Army of Darkness.
What other one did you bring up?
The Duke Knight.
No. Remember the other one you caught? The sister.
Oh yeah,
I was like, sister, dude, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, and I'm like, mark for that shit.
That was the one that spoilers and stuff, and that she gets fucked.
Well, that's from Evil Dead 1.
She gets fucked by a tree.
Yeah, Evil Dead 1.
Yeah.
You have not seen a movie from the, what is it, 70s? 80s?
I think it was 79 when it came out.
Yeah, dude, there's no spoilers.
Yeah, it was literally the end of the 70s.
That'd be like somebody getting mad that they've watched The Warriors and found out that The Warriors was from that movie. Yeah, like, come out to play ya.
But, yeah, that game's looking pretty sick. I'm really wondering what they're gonna fucking do with that shit. Fucking.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be just like the Friday the 13th thing that you brought up just a second ago. I think that the game's gonna go like 3-4 months and then the community's gonna die.
Well, if they do that, that's fine. But all I want is a good storyline. Just let me have like 5-6 levels.
Is there even gonna be a single player?
I don't know, honestly. They didn't show that off. They just showed the gameplay, the killing moves, and the environment, and all that stuff. Which, by the way, it's going to be for all consoles, thankfully.
I know. That trailer we watched originally was like PS5 thing, but we were just watching a PS5 playthrough trailer. Yeah.
It looks beautiful, man. I'm very excited for this one.
Do you think that when that comes out that there's going to be that I just want to play as Ash thing that I brought up earlier?
Yeah. I'm
garbage.
sure everybody would want to play. There'll be some fucking soy boys that want to play as Kelly or whatever her name is.
Is it Kelly? I can't remember.
Let me see real quick.
Just look up Ash versus Evil Dead and then look
Which,
at what.
To this day, I'll still never understand why they fucking canceled it.
Because its fucking was a brutal show. No, I don't know. That's a good question. That show was fucking awesome. I hella enjoyed it.
It was a fucking really good show, dude.
Dude, me and you geeked out over that show for all the seasons that came out. That was like our shit for a minute.
Yeah, her name's Kelly.
Kelly, yeah, I thought so.
Her real name, her name in real life is
Esperanza.
Dana Del Lorenzo.
Del Lorenzo. Oh, yeah. That's right. Because I always think of Lana Del Rey when I think about that actress.
And then in this show, they from the Evil Dead show, they also had the black chick, Amanda Fisher, the one that they were like, they made it seem like Ash was gonna get with, and she just.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, the one that
I remember.
Her name is Jill Marie Jones in real life.
Oh, so. Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah, dude, I'm really excited for this one though.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Do you think what's her name's character will be in it? What's that? The girl
from Xena?
Yeah, Xena. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find her.
I can't ever remember.
That's the only thing I remember her for.
Something Lawless.
Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless. Yeah.
That's not real.
No, it's not. No, that's a pen name. It's a actor's name for sure.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying it's like that's
not
fake. Real last. Yeah, that's
like Lawless. It's like Nicolas Cage. It's not his real last name. You know what his real last name is and who he's related to?
Who?
Nicholas Coppola is his real name, and Coppola, you ready for this? Is his Nicolas Cage's real name is Nicholas Coppola. His uncle is the guy that made all the Godfathers.
The fuck?
The reason he calls himself Nicolas Cage, his stage name, is to separate because he wanted to become famous on his own, not because of his uncle who made the Godfathers. Kind of cool. And his sister, or his other cousin, his cousin is Sofia Coppola, who is a huge director. Also,
really?
Yeah, his whole fucking family line is
fucking talented.
Talented massively. Like Nicolas Cage. I mean, he's kind of one character in all movies, but god damn,
he's a fucking national treasure.
Enough said. Go on. That was a bar.
I can't take credit for that joke because I've heard it from a few other places, but
I heard it from here. So did you. I love it. He is a national treasure.
Yeah, dude, fucking that's crazy. I never knew that about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, his uncle's I can't remember his name, Francis Coppola, and he made all the Godfathers.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Dude.
I think it's fucking awesome because Nick Cage is actually really fucking cool actor. He seems like he's probably an asshole in real life, but
maybe. I mean, he probably gets a lot of shit for everything.
But I'm excited about the Evil Dead game. I really want to see a fucking single player mode, but I know that that's getting my hopes up because the whole game is based on multiplayer. So I know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we get some kind of
levels and shit, like you said.
Something like where you could just play with the CPUs, like Left 4 Dead or anything.
I'd be okay with it.
One game though we watched a trailer for, and it looks so fucking good, bro. It's Battlefield 2045?
2042.
2042.
Yeah.
Which it sucks we have to wait till then. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we have to wait
I saw
till
another joke right here. You said that joke earlier.
What?
You're like, damn, this game's not going to come out till 2042.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even remember. Yeah, I did say that's so dumb, but it's funny. That game does look incredible. When you brought up the wingsuiting scene, I didn't even see that scene before. I was like, dude, I literally looked right at Ben and was like, I'm like this, and I was like, we gotta buy that game. We gotta pre-order it.
I know you hella like, yeah. I already thought. I'm not the same page, bro.
Yeah, dude, me and you have got to get that game. There will be games deleted off my hard drive to play that game. Like, dude, goodbye Assassin's Creed. Like, dude. I will play that, but not. I won't.
And then those environmental features when they have the fucking hurricane going through it or the tornado or some shit.
That tornado, you know that if they can put a tornado in the game, that the DLC for that game might actually be next level insane.
But they've always been really good with the environment interactions, like even back to like Battlefield 3, where you could just blow up a building. Like if somebody's fucking you up and you just blow up all
that went environment destruction went all the way back to 3.
Yeah.
Was that
even
the first?
The first Battlefield?
Oh, I didn't know that. I played them,
Xbox,
but I don't.
But Battlefield's been a whole series even before all that.
No, I was gonna say it was PC first. Yeah, I know because my dad used to play it. I'll never forget going into GameStop and buying one of the Battlefields for PC on disc.
Dude.
Yeah. Fucking no shit.
And they had the disc key and all that stuff.
Yeah, they had the disc key, and I remember I would go back and I would try to return that game, and I would end up getting Rainbow Six because at the time I had like a Pentium 3 or a Pentium 4 or something. Damn. Yeah, dude, it was so bad. It was one way or the other. Yeah, dude, I can't remember if I got Battlefield first or Rainbow Six. I bet you it was Rainbow first because that game's older.
Could you imagine kids like fucking 20 years from now being like, yeah, I remember using the fucking iPad Pro fucking 15 sleek version 11.
I know with 6 cameras. It only had 6 cameras.
It was only fucking 20K, fucking 100, like 200 frames, but whatever. Fucking.
It didn't even have a hard drive. It just fucking stored things infinitely.
Kids nowadays have it so hard.
Yeah, dude, they don't know. God damn it. Back then, I couldn't even take a 3D picture without being on Wi-Fi.
I couldn't take a 3D picture of my balls without getting in trouble. What the fuck?
I'd get fucking grounded. Dude, yeah, the Battlefield looks fucking incredible.
So
it looks incredible. The destruction in the environment.
I like when they're able to change up your... you can customize your gun to a certain extent.
When he was in the elevator, he upgraded it and customized it. One other thing, when he tricked the helicopter and he launched the car.
Yeah,
he
drove it and jumped off and he like set it with C4.
Yeah, I've never seen a video game do that ever.
Bro, I'm gonna have to show you this.
At least online.
I'm gonna have to show you this crazy ass Battlefield clip. I don't know how he does it, but this dude launches himself. He glitches out the game and launches himself into the fucking air, and he lands on like one of the big ass airplanes.
Yeah.
He just throws hella C4 on top of it, jumps off, blows it up, looks at it, and then fucking puts his fucking. I'll show you it after this, bro.
Yeah, show me. That's goat
for people
status.
Who are curious, it's literally. I think it's Battlefield 4, AC 130 blow up. This is next level shit though.
So there's two games that I'm like 3 games that I'm like officially most curious about. Battlefield 2042.
Definitely.
For sure. Evil Dead. That is hands down, like, holy shit.
Especially if you like love that franchise.
Dude, yeah, and like the back to the 2040, and I'll go back to what I was saying about the 3, but the 2042 Battlefield 2042, dude, the mechanics for shooting were so boom, 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 and like the movement was so smooth.
Apparently
even
it's
said
128 frames, bro.
Not for us on Xbox.
No, unless you have an Xbox S or a PS5 or whatever.
No, Xbox. What'd you say? X?
Xbox X. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said S. My bad. I apologize.
Xbox Sex. No,
I don't. So, but nevertheless, yeah, dude. 2042 is gonna be fucking incredible. I cannot wait for us to get into a party and play that.
Right, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun as shit, dude.
Hilarious.
Because it's either gonna be hilarious or we're gonna get really strategic. Me and you are gonna get mad strategic with that shit.
The Ascent.
Nah.
Hades, Psychonauts. Back for Blood.
I think it was Back for Blood that I was thinking about.
Stalker 2.
No, I think it was Back for Blood.
It's gonna be free on Game Pass.
What?
Stalker 2.
I told you that on
You're
Zoom,
right,
remember? I was like, I think this Stalker 2 is gonna be on Zoom.
Same,
Jeez, dude. To think somebody's going that fast down this road is terrifying because I know where it goes and it's a dead end. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, dude. You're an idiot.
Wow, Game Pass is like
popping. Yo, anybody listening, you gotta buy Game Pass.
Especially if you have an Xbox or like thinking about getting an Xbox, like,
or even a computer that plays games. Get Game Pass.
That's true. If you have a computer and you have Microsoft, you can get Game Pass for your computer. That's fucking crazy to even think about.
Dude, you can get it for your phone too for the shorts, for the short phone. I mean the short games or the mini games. Yeah, dude.
Game Pass, bro.
Game Pass for the win, bro. Like for the win. Dude, fucking. So the new Unreal Engine, and I bring this up with according to like looking at like Battlefield, the new Battlefield 2042, right?
Yeah.
The new I'm not saying it was made with the new Unreal Engine. I'm just stating that the amazing graphics of new games are actually getting really good.
Yeah.
I think Unreal Engine, the new Unreal Engine, I think it's Unreal Engine 5. Dude, they made it to where instead of having it to be like where you have to like drag and drop singular textures and stuff like a high grade, or you have to actually put models in, they made it to where like everything is like on a chart and you can just drag and drop an image of whatever, like a hill.
Yeah.
Think of a hill, right? And you are walking through the hill in the video game and compare it to how it is in real life, right? Well, what they do now for this new engine is they use this like chart system, and I'll show you the video. For anybody listening, I'm butchering how it actually works, but I'm just trying to paint the picture very vividly and correctly.
Yeah.
So instead of having to go in and code everything and then put the reference thing in,
I think
everything is
when we're playing games.
Dude, yeah, everything is like a chart now. And like literally when they go into editing, it just looks like a chart or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they want to fucking render it, they just click it and they drag whatever image they want into it. And it becomes this high grain fucking environment. And like I seen graphic designers or VFX artists reacting to it. That's what I'm trying to look for, and I couldn't find it because I watched it on the Xbox. Dude, the way they explained it, you have got to see just that clip of it, because it's like, holy shit, if they're right, this next gen console may lead up to the virtual reality that I was trying to describe to Cameron.
Yeah.
Where I was like, we're just not there yet. I don't need to play it to know it, kind of thing, but I'll try it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, Unreal Engine may be the thing that like
just to start.
Yeah, like that really
video
breaks
game design and VR,
bro. Like I mean, to the point where not just one person has it, but everybody has to have it. Because like,
anybody can make a fucking crispy ass game. This will be the like what's.
Dude, they literally they literally took out like 50% of the work and just made it to where you could take like an HD image and make it the world.
Is it Unreal, or which one is it, the free one, that one that anybody can use?
Oh, Unity.
Unity.
Yeah,
Is it gonna be like a fucking Unity times fucking 100?
I think it would be like Unity on massive steroids for anybody that knows what they're doing. Like, I wish that like that
you found it.
Yeah, because I can't find the video clip. I can on my Xbox for sure because I watched it. See, the problem with looking at these images on a phone that is not in like 4 fucking K crystal like quality, you know, is that it doesn't do it justice. So the point is, a lot of the problem with like these game engines is when you zoom in like on like a texture, something will become like blurry.
Yeah.
Right, but when you're looking at it from afar,
no such thing as enhance.
Yeah, but when you're looking at something from afar, it's always like, oh, this is beautiful, right? This new engine allows for you to it made a simpler way for you to zoom in on something and maintain all the crystal clarity of everything. But when you're far away, it's just a matter of the engine just zooming out on an already fucking 4K or 8K image, right? So you can zoom in on like individual, like maybe not on my phone, but in the game, if you were to walk up to these environments, you could like see the grains of sand. It's fucking impressive, dude.
I think I remember you showing me this, dude.
Yeah, my phone doesn't do it justice.
This
obviously,
next generation of games, bro, are gonna be unfucking real. Like, it's funny because we're literally getting to that point where we're like, you know, when our parents would talk about like, oh my god, you hear your parents like, damn, like the shit that's coming out today is so crazy. Like, but kids are growing up with this stuff and it's the norm. But you know what I mean? Like the shit that we are seeing today is so fucking lifelike, dude.
It's
getting to the
real.
point where you could barely tell what's a fucking cutscene and what's a real, you know what I mean? What's a real shot video of a real person and an environment.
It's massively inspiring and all at the same time intimidating.
It is. It's very intimidating, and I'm wondering, like, because you're talking about that the Unreal or the
Unity,
Unreal Engine,
the new one, yeah,
dude. So I was like, when the whole time we were talking about that, I was thinking about VR and making games in VR, bro.
Like, you're talking about making the game in VR,
Yeah,
or
so
are you talking about
coding the game
in VR?
And yeah, so
like you're not talking about making the
environment.
game in. You're not talking about making the game for VR. You're talking about using VR to make games.
The game, exactly.
You may want to cut like this whole thing out because that's
or
actually
I could just leave it in and just let
no, just leave
else,
it in and let it, because
somebody
like
fucking
Tupac
do that.
said, I may not change the world, but I'll inspire the mind that does, and that's good enough, I think.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, like, cause that
That's
would
brilliant.
be so fun, dude. And could
That
you
would
imagine
be. How easy it would be?
if Unreal Engine just like made it like for Unity for anybody to use VR style,
Dude.
and then they just had like this shit at like your like for little kids. So like your niece, my nephew, 5-10 years from now, they're literally just computer lab. Okay, here you go. Make your video game with fucking Unreal Engine 10 years from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I think you're right. Like, what you're saying is, like, we're on a breakthrough. We're about to hit a breakthrough in technology.
It's about to take that next jump, bro.
We're going to be in Tron pretty soon. Like,
jeez, I didn't even think about that shit.
Yeah,
Tron
like,
gets fucking thrown under the bus. Like, nobody even fucking knows
dude,
about
I
that
love
shit.
that. I love that fucking, I love those movies. Just
the
not
fact
because
there's
they're
a whole
good,
civilization in your PC is so dope.
I always...
It's like microverse theory.
You know, so, since we're talking about weird shit, right? I'm gonna take a piss after this, but or at least I'm gonna try. But because this is an interesting thing to me. So speaking of like a universe in your PC, right? Fascinating. Like to think that because I used, you know what I used to try to do when I lived at my uncle's, and I wish I still had the project files. What I always tried to do to learn how to make 3D objects was I would go into Unity. And I would, because Unity's free for the most part, unless you pay for the upgraded version or the full version. I would go into Unity and I would look at an image of the solar system, our galaxy, and I would try to remake the galaxy using their shapes. And you could just zoom through space and you could find the planets because it's an infinite 3D space. That's what Unity basically is for coding or for 3D objects and the idea of what you just said, like a universe in your PC is exciting, where it's like, imagine if you just like built a video game where the whole point is for the user to observe a universe.
Yeah.
And it's an entire universe to where if you click on a galaxy, there's billions of life forms there already, right? This is kind of what me and Cameron were talking about with quantum.
Like that game of life of no, Spore. Remember Spore?
I do, and I wish that they would remake it for our consoles, but
edition.
Yeah, or just remake it and make it better. But that game, I was so mad because I could never play it like how I wanted to.
Because I was what they do now, though. EA. I mean, EA is a fucking big ass company.
Dude, the game would be nuts. But so, that idea fascinates me. The idea of gods and the universe, the power of the universe, and things like karma, even like
the fucking...
it's fascinating to me. So to have that power, even if it's digital, is cool. A concept that I always thought was nuts was the idea of how ancient civilizations would
map out
have literature about dreamscaping, where they would create their own perfect world in their dreams. And it was like, so like the PC thing that you're talking about is the exact same thing to me, where I'm like, can you imagine having just that your own touch of paradise that you create every night when you go to bed? Like, rather than having random dreams, can you imagine going to bed and going, wherever you think is your ideal place, hypothetically, let's say it's an island with bitches.
Well, I'm just like, the next step is you're always talking about this is not VR, but what's the other one? AR,
augmented reality.
That's literally, once we master VR, the next step is we
like
don't
I
need
said,
this helmet.
And like when we were talking with our boy, when I brought that up, he was like, yeah, you're actually not too far off on that. I was like, I've been saying, what's funny is he just started working for them, and what my point was, I've been talking about that for 10 years, where I was like, VR will never be at the point where I'll be impressed until they combine AR. And like virtual reality with augmented reality, for anybody that doesn't know.
Dot hack, and there's a lot of fucking animes like that, where like they're literally, they put on the headset and then they're in the fucking AR world.
Yeah.
And they're literally like, I'm pretty sure if you haven't, you should remember Dot hack.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
So
it's an anime.
If you watch it now, you probably have much more of appreciation.
I will.
Appreciation of it than you probably would when we were younger. Just because it's literally what we're talking about. It's AR and VR in the same process, but in that storyline, there's a virus that goes around that infects the whole system. So if the virus kills your character, you die.
Oh, interesting.
It's like a whole like sci-fi like.
See, and like,
but this was back in like late '90s, early 2000s.
I think this kind of goes along the conversational line of the topic of, do sci-fi and do movies inspire new technology? And I have to go, yeah. I think that a lot of movies think of something that's not realistic, and then somebody makes it realistic.
Even books from like the
books
1800s.
for sure. Books for sure.
Let's talk about fucking He-Man. He-Man.
Yeah.
He-Man.
He-Man.
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. The powers of Grayskull.
I have the power. Mark Hamill.
As fucking Skeletor, bro.
Yeah. Damn you, He-Man.
I can't do better, bro. I can't do better. Fucking, I want to try, but that's pretty good. I won't lie to you, bro.
That's all I can do.
I want to do it, but I want, like, if you could pick Skeletor's voice for that animation that Kevin Smith, by the way, everybody that is listening, Kevin Smith is making that shout out. That's amazing. Like, I think that's the perfect person to make that cartoon. He is actually really talented.
He has a good voice for it. The voice he's doing.
But Mark Hamill as Skeletor is amazing.
He has a good dark voice for Skeletor because, I mean,
what would be your Skeletor voice? I'll do mine, you do yours. Do a Skeletor voice. Like, what would you pick as the Skeletor voice?
Give me He-Man.
Dude, I'll be like, hold on. I kind of like it. Like, it needs more raspiness, though.
Give me He-Man.
Give me He-Man. I need He-Man.
That's my
You sound like Frieza from the original Dragon Ball Z.
I kind of do.
Goku.
You stupid monkey.
You stupid.
I won't say that. No, you almost got me. I won't say it.
It's Dragon Ball Z. They're literally
the whole show's like
literally are
they
monkeys.
drop mad racist shit though, bro. Like
Frieza does. That's
Black Goku, like the Black Goku thing. That was like those.
This man isn't black. Yeah,
it's not him.
That was the worst timing for that, yeah.
Dude. Yeah, that was really like in.
What's hilarious is
that
that was literally the Japanese to English translation, and everybody was like, I wonder how they're gonna translate that, like, because it's like don't shoot. This man isn't black.
Yeah, I remember,
They
bro.
didn't change this fucking thing, bro.
No, they said this shit's Dragon Ball Z. It ain't The Simpsons.
He's in a different future, bro. Like, come on, guys. This
Dude,
doesn't-
but yeah, dude, my thing is for the He-Man stuff, that would be my voice, and I imagine a lot of people's voice would be similar, where it's like what you did, where it's like,
He-Man, you don't got the power of Grayskull.
Yeah.
and like, but Mark Hamill did it like He-Man,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like it was
a-
more like I'll kill He-Man, and like, but he kept that
Yeah.
Hey, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So that was something that grabbed my attention. Also, I dug the music that they picked. When you brought it up, I was like,
it was alright.
I liked it because it left room for improvement with.
It seems like they showed a lot of the fighting scenes though in the trailer.
Oh yeah, because they probably have the whole show finished.
Yeah, well, they have to, right? It's
It's
coming out on Netflix, right?
but part one is the whole thing isn't. It may be like the Godzilla thing where they did like the first.
Is it part one or is it gonna be a show?
It's gonna be a show, so it may be 4 parts, like how
Castlevania?
yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
So
exactly what I was
it'll
thinking.
be seasons and stuff like.
It'll be like mini seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 20-minute episodes, like 5 episodes or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Each part instead of a season. People are just trying to be fancy.
Yeah, the fact that Kevin Smith is making this too is gonna make it at least. He's definitely gonna have an '80s vibe to it.
Do you think She-Ra will come into this show?
I don't know, man. God, I keep on thinking this dude is gonna show up in it, but that's Thundercats. Snarf. Yeah, I keep on thinking, I was like, where's Snarf?
Which they're trying to make a movie of, unfortunately.
Oh my god, did they see how the fucking movie Cats did?
Yo, you got me so fucked up. That it took me like a good second to realize you were talking about the play.
I'm
the
telling you,
movie
bro.
that they just
Yeah,
remade,
exactly,
but the play,
like 3 years ago, 4
yo,
years ago.
bro, but they. He said, didn't they watch Cats?
It's the same thing, just different.
Yeah, nah, dude. But you know, on that same topic, before we go on to the next trailer that we watched, I have one in my mind. Is there any of those old '90s cartoons, the old like '80s, '90s? Well, I think whatchamacallit is '80s. The Thundercats is '80s.
Yeah.
But any '80s and '90s, maybe even early 2000s,
Well,
cartoons that you would want to see made into a new show. I have one right off the rip, but it would be really hard.
What's up?
Street Sharks.
Street Sharks, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
that'd
really
real
hard to
tough.
do, but I think if they were able to do the CGI just well enough, that it might be a big hit.
There's one I'd really like to see as there is one I used to watch a lot. It was on Cartoon Network. I don't think
What was it on?
Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay.
And I think it only had 2 seasons, and it was called SWAT Cats.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've.
So it was pretty much two people, a cat, a skinny cat, and a fat cat, and they're pretty much like Secret Service that flew jets. And I love the whole concept. There's one episode I remember where there's like this whole like ooze that took over the city, and if it touched you, you fucking turned evil. And his homie got it, and he was like, no, and he had to do like the homie was a smart one, so he had to like be like, fuck, I have to do this by myself now.
Yeah.
And it was like the whole episode was him figuring out like how to save everybody without the
Interesting.
smart guy.
I don't know if
But
I don't know if I remember it.
SWAT Cats was a good one. I love that one. If there's a show from like the
Yeah, that you would
late
see remade,
90s, early
yeah.
2000s, like from my childhood, SWAT Cats, yeah, dude.
But so I bring that up for a reason, just for everybody listening. He-Man is the perfect example of something that should be
He-Man.
remade. Yeah, like it has a lot of nostalgia for me. All the versions of the show, except the She-Ra versions. I think it's She-Ra, right?
I think so.
It's
It's like his sister, right? or
yeah, it's
something?
like the female version of He-Man.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. It's just the show wasn't written as well as the He-Man versions were. Mainly, I have to say, the original cartoon.
What about Captain Cape Man or something like that? Captain Cape. No,
Captain Underpants?
What's that thing? Like with Glee?
Oh, are you talking about Captain Planet? Are you talking about that?
there's Captain Planet too, though.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about that, but that's a good one. Do you want to hit
Oh
this?
yeah, sorry.
Let me see if I could find some other stuff.
No, but yeah, the He-Man thing. But what was the next
Captain
trailer?
Planet, he's our hero. I mean, I would say Powerpuff Girls, but they've redone it, and there's like
They're redoing it now.
and there's like a whole comic book series when they're kids and when they're teenagers and when they're adults. So.
I just have no interest in it because I used to like that show,
They
and then they
redid,
redid it hella times.
Animaniacs, I'm good.
No. Yeah, I know, dude. The Animaniacs was just absurd. I haven't watched the
And
new
they
one,
redid
but-
Rugrats, so everything from our childhood they're just remaking.
Well,
And what's different, I think, from our which I'm hoping is different from our generation than from our like brothers and sisters generation, like the people who are probably like 5 to 10 years older than us,
yeah.
is we could smell bullshit a mile away.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where they were like, "What? They're making a fucking this movie, and we used to fucking watch it when we were kids. Fuck yeah!" And then everybody watches and disappointed. We were like, "We know better.
Yeah.
We know better. We've seen this. We've seen this before."
We've seen this fucking this formula.
Mhm.
Yeah. What was the next thing other than He-Man? What was the next one that we watched?
We
Well,
watched a bunch of those trailers where they had the fucking Jaws movie.
Yeah, that shit was garbage.
Shang-Chi.
Suicide Squad. How about?
Suicide Squad. So I will go on record. I talked hella shit about this movie. It looked hella stupid, but from the look of it, like from the second show that we got a few days ago, I'm actually fucking liking it, and I am really kind of excited. Especially that scary ass weasel guy, where he's like,
Yeah, dude. He's like,
he's like, I'm not a werewolf.
I'm fucking the weasel.
I'm the fucking weasel.
Yeah, I'm the fucking weasel.
I'm fucking the weasel.
I'm fucking the weasel.
Somebody's gonna be fucking the weasel eventually,
yeah,
bro.
dude. Harley Quinn for sure, bro.
Oh,
She wants
God.
to feel that long tongue up her butt.
Fucking Rule 34, bros. We already fucking.
Margot Robbie got a tongue from a weasel. Yeah, dude. Do you like John Cena's character?
He seems like he's gonna be the fucking comic relief guy, where he takes
'cause
everything super seriously, and he's kind of gonna kind of reminds me of like in a way a Starfire character, where she says what they're thinking, like the obvious,
yeah.
or like maybe like the girl with the antennas from the Guardians.
Oh, yeah, what was her name? Mantis.
So she's gonna be that kind of character where she
Yeah.
just says the it's gonna be kind of awkward, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, like."
Well, yeah, you heard. You may have missed it, but in that scene when they're talking about Starro, they're like,
He's like,
"What
that
is
rhymes
Starro?"
with butthole or something.
No,
like
no.
that.
They go Starro, and they go, "What's that?" And Amanda Walker goes, he's a starfish, and he goes, "Isn't that a nickname for a butthole?"
Yeah,
So,
something like
is there
that.
any relation? And that joke to me, like just repeating it
And
makes
then
me
he crosses
cringe.
off on his little.
Yeah, he's
list,
like, no.
Yeah.
And like when I hear that, all I'm seeing them do for this, me and him are at. This is one of the few times me and him see differences with something. When it comes to like, oh yeah, I want to see this or I don't. My problem is this feels exactly to the T, despite it being different directors and stuff, like the first movie. Because the first movie dealt with brainwashing and people being transformed.
Yeah.
This one does too, right? They tried to have a comedic
Relief.
actor or comedic relief, thank you. But instead they used Captain Boomerang. Now they're using the Protector or whatever his name is, John Cena.
Yeah.
And they have a big baddie that is in the form of somebody out of their element. In the first one, it was like the witch.
King Shark, right?
Yeah. And like, it's just the same movie, and everybody's
And
like, it's so different from the first
we
because
hella
Joker's not in it.
We hella said that. So there's at least two characters that we've seen, King Shark and the Weasel dude we were just talking about, that are completely CG.
Oh yeah.
And so there are gonna be scenes where they do like some crazy ass shit, but
Yeah.
it's all in CG. So it's just like
Whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. I have screensavers. It's cool, dude. Like it's cool. I've seen screensavers. But like, my other thing is, they are DC. If there is not more evidence than in this movie, Suicide Squad 2, than any other situation, I would literally light myself on fire if I was wrong. But this movie, Suicide Squad 2, to me, proves as evidence that they're trying to do everything Marvel is doing.
yeah.
Like,
They're trying to have
literally,
like a fucking Thor and like
bro,
like a
the comedicness, the...
So this is what I think though, dude. So this movie, I talk shit a lot about at first. I'm gonna give it a shot, man. I may regret it. I may 100% regret it.
No, and I'm going to, too. I want that
it,
to be known.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I might even see this shit in theaters.
Why not? I mean, shit, we're vaccinated.
well, just to like spend my money on it. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's always hard, yeah, for sure.
There is like a lot of cringiness, like I know what you're saying, because
that's
like Harley Quinn walks in and she's like, they're like, "Oh, you're late." She's like, "Oh, sorry guys, I did a number 2," and it's
I was taking a number 2 real quick. Yeah, fucking.
But some of the action scenes look pretty cool. I'm really hoping it kind of expands a little bit on the DC verse. I'm really hoping there's like maybe like a Shazam cameo or something. Like, I'm really hoping this links. My whole point is I'm really hoping this ends up linking to like the maybe even Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Shazam. Batman.
Well, I mean,
we have to wait for Batman until next year. So.
It's just, to me, it's just they're doing the Marvel thing. They're like, okay, well, Marvel did the CGI characters thing. We're going to do King Shark and we're going to do Weasel.
Or they could also do this where it's just like, hey, like, this doesn't matter, so just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't canon, and if it is,
well,
like,
James Gunn,
this will be its own universe.
Didn't like, James Gunn make...
or they might just bring in Blue Beetle.
Which is the thing that they're going to do, by the way. That's like their go-to character right now, which is absurd. DC... you may be right. They may very well just be like, dude, this is not gonna do anything. Like, this is a one-off thing. We're just expanding Warner Brothers' horrible catalog. Like, it's, dude, I'm gonna watch the movie because I'm a fucking comic mark. Like, I love comic book movie things, comic book stuff, obviously. I see DC doing what they're doing, and it's like, dude, the Suicide Squad 2, like we're talking about, there are so many things that it's like, it worked for Marvel, so we're gonna do it. And like, it's like, why are you not telling the story the way that it is told? Like, why are you changing the atmosphere? Why are you changing the topics? Why are you changing things that if you didn't change, that people would still be surprised to see? I don't mean storyline. I just mean, like, you could do the same storyline with Suicide Squad and Starro and literally made it as easy as Henry Cavill like flying in. Exactly! Yeah. You didn't even know I was going to say that. And you got the...
only reason because we were talking about it and I showed you the picture of the cartoon version.
Yeah.
So that's what came to my mind.
Yeah, we're on the same page. And, like, it's just, to me, like, I'm going to watch the fucking movie, and I might very well end up really liking it. Because I remember I really liked the trailers of the first Suicide Squad. The movie came out, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I bought clothes with this fucking characters on this fucking thing. Like, I was so fucking mad at that movie. But it might be the reverse effect with number 2.
So, I would really hope, like... with this movie, they just... I know it's gonna be corny and shit, and it's gonna like be hella, but I just really want this to be fucking canon to the DC verse, bro. Like, maybe they say something about Shazam. Maybe they even hint about, like you're saying, like maybe Superman comes in and
they already did. They already did it. They already hinted at Superman.
And they're saying he's gonna be like.
Did you hear what? Did you hear the trailer? What they said in the trailer about Idris Elba's character, why he was in Arkham, they literally say in the trailer, they're like, he's here because he shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet.
Oh.
So the theory is
maybe that's the intro scene.
Yeah, so
because remember it shows him and he's like
maybe, yeah, maybe, but he was using his hand when he did it.
But you were saying,
oh yeah, like I said, the sniper, the automatic, yeah, dude.
You could have like some kind of automatic system,
which is basically kind of what Will Smith's Deadshot used, right? Or I think it's Deadshot. Yeah. I get Marvel and DC have so many similar characters. I get everybody mixed up with those characters. Yeah. It's just annoying because like Marvel and DC are known for copying characters. So it's like there's multiple characters. Like they both have a devil character, and
there's this video about what's Darkseid, Darkseid, and Thanos were like pretty much the same character, but there's like this whole thing of who came up with it first, and yeah.
I mean, it's all the same shit. It's awesome, but
exactly.
I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna not do what I did for the first film and like fanboy out over it because
no, definitely not.
But I'll 100% support that movie and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. There have been a few things to me that were hilarious, that were dope. That Red Band trailer of John Cena talking about sucking all the dicks on the beach to save the world. Everybody was like, that shit was cringe. Yo, to me that was funnier than fuck. And to see that in a comic book movie was amazing. The idea of a famous actor, I don't give a fuck what you think his level is. I don't like him very much, but that scene made me like him. And I was like, he literally said he would, if this beach was covered in dicks, he would suck every dick on that beach to save America. Yeah. And I'm like, that's so patriotic, bro. Like, this guy really loves America. This guy loves America possibly more than the presidents do.
Yeah, man. It's just we'll see. We'll see how this movie is. We'll see how it goes. I'm really looking. That trailer though, it did get me like kind of excited. Like, okay,
no, I could tell
I'm a little hyped.
Me and you watched the first trailer released together, and we were like, "Ah, it's cool. It's a Red Band trailer. It's meant to get shock value." Me and you both had kind of that same vibe. It looked okay,
yeah,
but they were trying to find their footing on how to promote it. That trailer did a lot better because they focused on, and me and you will probably, maybe we'll agree with this, maybe we won't, but there are two people in that movie that are top level notch amazing actors, and it's Idris Elba and Viola Davis, Amanda Walker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
The agent, like
the I can't remember where she works.
She pretty much organizes Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, she's the one in the first movie who puts the bombs in their heads and shit. Third runner up is Margot Robbie. Yes, but she, to me, I think she's riding a lot on her looks. And I think Harley Quinn is her first role where she's actually fucking nailing it. Like, I want to see more before I go, she's an amazing actress. I don't think she's earned that. Idris Elba, or how I'm probably not saying his name right. Idris Elba or Idris Elba.
Like,
yeah. Incredible. That dude he's stunning on camera. Viola Davis. I'm known for butchering names. She has like 100 movies under her fucking belt. So,
yeah.
Those. With that said, I may end up coming back to this podcast and go, I'll eat crow and be like, yo, this shit's dope. Yeah. This shit's dope. Like.
Yeah. So hopefully, DC can do something with this, because remember next year they're going to be coming out with the Shazam movie with The Rock,
which they just released new images of the new costumes for. Did you see that?
No, I have not.
Let me see if I can bring it up for you.
Oh my god, because we both agreed like Shazam
was garbage.
Was
it
bad.
Was mediocre. It was mediocre. Hold on.
It wasn't the worst.
No. Hold on. Me and him, when we talked about it, there were things that we liked about it. And there were a lot of things we didn't like about it, but not enough to where we we'll never watch this movie again. Because even to this day, I'm like, I might rewatch Shazam, and I did a few months ago, and I would probably rewatch it again because it's fucking DC. But it was not the best, like you just said. So I jumped the gun
It
because
was
I'm
acceptable for its time. It was definitely like
I don't like dude. I have
training
this
thing,
dude.
scenes. I mean,
Not, bro. I have this same fucking argument about Aquaman. I really like Jason Momoa. I love his like personality on screen. You know, maybe he's a one pony horse or a one horse pony. I mean, a one race pony. A one trick pony. Thank you. Meaning he has one personality. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's like
he's always like.
He's always like this.
Yeah, he's always looking down at like exactly.
I'll kill you.
I'm 20% Viking.
Yeah, dude. I'm from Hawaii.
I'm from Hawaii.
No,
damn, he's
Hawaii.
Hawaiian and fucking Viking, bro. Fuck that, bro. That's the ultimate fucking cheat code in life.
The ultimate, I'll kill you. I'll throw a tomahawk through your fucking.
Yeah,
I'll throw,
dude.
a hatchet through your
Bro,
face.
Native American, fucking Viking, and what was the other one? Fucking
Beast. I get a lot of shit from.
It's still weird how they chose the family route, bro.
Because it's in the comics and it's my least favorite
It's the
aspect.
newest part of the comics.
It's my
too.
it's the new 52.
It's post 2000s.
I think it's new 52.
Yeah.
I think it's the new 52. I
Yeah.
think that's what that series ran into. I think it's garbage. But it wasn't horrible. Like you can still watch it, but I'm not into the idea. Like I was saying, I'm not into the idea of somebody gets their superpowers. Okay, hold on, let me make this simple. I'm over origin stories.
Yeah.
I'm over them. The 2000s killed it for me with the Spider-Mans and like the Daredevils and the Punisher and
power.
it's
The fucking
every
narration and all that.
the
stuff.
X-Men, Fantastic Four. Everybody did it, and now it's like with the new. It's like DC, bro. They could not do worse to me. Like in my mind, I'm like, you guys literally could hire like probably a high schooler, and if you gave them a budget, they may make a better movie than you guys.
Well,
So like Suicide Squad, cool. Shazam 2, cool. I will watch them. I'm not a hater to where I'll be like, fuck this. But I definitely will watch it with my rose-colored glasses off. Completely off. Where I'm like, I'm going to be like, if there's something that comes up that I don't like, I'm going to be like, come on, guys. Like, I have not nearly as much money in my bank account as all of you do.
Right.
Like, do better.
So we'll see what DC's doing, man. Like I'm like I said, dude.
And so since we're really bouncing around, we're talking about trailers. Do you mind if I bounce over to the next trailer? Black Widow.
Oh, I have nothing to say about that, honestly.
Yeah, this will be the shortest conversation. I'm
have
curious.
nothing to
I'm
say
curious
about
about
Black
Taskmaster, because that character in Marvel vs. Capcom, was it No. What was the fighting game?
Number
where
2.
Yeah.
No, number 3. Sorry, it was number 3.
It was number 3. It was
Yeah.
number 3. That game was really fun, and they combined a lot of really cool characters.
Dude,
So it
great
makes me think of that. Other than that, I have no interest. Yes, Scarlett Johansson's hot. We get it. But
And
I just don't.
Rumor has it is they show in the trailer that she has a sister that's just as Black Widow as her, and I think her name is White Widow or some shit like that. Yo, this is
so
there's
fucking
continuity to. Black Widow always had a sister. Apparently.
Yeah.
But
I just don't care about the character's story.
and also the rumor is going around. Like I was gonna say, sorry. The rumors that was going around is that her sister, whatever her name is gonna take over her role in the next quote unquote Avengers Marvel Phase 4 movies. Like you know what I mean?
Okay.
As Black Widow, I swear her name's White Widow, but I could be
No, you might. No, I wasn't shaking my head at like the fucking white or the Black Widow, White Widow thing. I was shaking my head at the simplicity of the idea of going, we're just going to continue this on with another character the same way they're doing with like Natalie Portman and Thor. The rumor is, at least. I just don't. So I don't. We both agree we're just like whatever on that movie. So move on to the next Marvel one, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Or Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
I don't remember
something
how you say the name. I don't know how to. I don't remember. But the Legend of the Ten Rings or whatever.
I'm sure it's like tomato.
Basically, we get that we're ignorant.
A little buzzing too. So
Yeah, and we're
apologies.
we're pretty much a lot of beers in. And
Couple
blunts.
blunts.
Yeah. And vaccinated.
Fully.
What do you think about that after watching the second one? Because me and you, we didn't actually talk about that. We just watched it a couple times, and then we moved on to the next one. But we didn't actually, because I remember you were not into it the first time you watched the first trailer. You were like, I'm not digging this.
I have one thing real quick. It's really hard for me to get into kung fu movies.
Okay, yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Unless it's like a spoof, like
You like to laugh while you're watching shit, yeah.
like Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Like it's a stupid
Dude.
That's not even like a fucking kung fu movie. Fuck. Damn. That's the whole reason Kung Fu Hustle. That's
Oh my god, Kung Fu Hustle and Kung
Kung
Pao Hustle and Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Yeah.
Dude, those two movies, I have one thing just to, don't forget what you were talking about because it's going to take 1 second. Yo, in that movie, Kung Pao Hustle or whatever I think it's called. I can't remember the
Kung
name.
Fu Hustle, I think.
Kung Fu Hustle, that's what it is. It's Kung Fu Hustle
I
and
think
Kung
so.
Fu Enter the Fist or some shit, right?
That's the American version.
No, there's two of them. There's a sequel to
Oh,
to
shit.
it.
See, I didn't know that.
So the first one, I can't remember what it's called. I keep saying Kung Pao, but I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of the don't say the food. I'm thinking of this movie like
Chicken. Kung Pao chicken. I'm sorry.
I knew you were gonna say. I was thinking of.
I think there's an American version you're thinking of called Kung Fu Hustle or Kung.
There's Kung Fu Hustle, and then there's Kung Fu Enter the. It's the same movie, but it's the sequel.
Okay.
I'll look it up here in a second. The first movie, real quick. The first movie, I'll never forget that scene when it's in the very beginning, and I was like, this movie is so dumb because I was super young, and I was like, it's all the vocals are all off. Like I didn't get it, but I rewatched this years later and died laughing because I got it because I was like older and like I understood, you know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I super appreciate it because I love kung fu movies. And that scene when they go to the temple in the first one, Kung Fu Enter the Fist or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But in the first one, they enter the temple and the dude walks up. He's like, "Who are you?" And like he starts talking, right? And the guy that he's talking to has just arrived to his temple. He's like, insignificant boy, get your and the dude is not letting him in the temple. And like this goes on, there's like a banter between the two, and the old lady or the old man come up and they like smack him and they're like, forgive us, forgive us. We purposely taught him wrong just so we could laugh about it to this day. But that movie is kind of like the spoof version of kung fu version of what the Monty Python and the Holy Grail was to like the medieval spoof. Well, you know what I mean?
Well, going back to the kind of subject.
Sorry, yeah.
No, we will.
That story is hilarious, dude. That's in that movie.
But just going back to like kung fu stuff, like
by the way, we were talking about the Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not a huge fan of. I haven't recently been a huge fan of kung fu movies. Mm-hmm. So when I heard about the Shang-Chi, I was like, it just seems like a. I mean, I've been watching anime for like ever, so it just feels just like another Americanized movie anime, which
I can see that. Yeah.
Which I'm like, hey, like I love fucking anime, but there's very few I could watch, let alone an American-made movie anime, which I could barely get past.
Yeah.
Japanese anime movies.
Yeah, the real like Attack on Titan and shit. Yeah.
Which I'm sure it's gonna be fucking dope.
The movies, I mean.
The movie looks pretty dope because it, like you said, like we talked off camera, like you were saying, it has like a whole fucking timeline, so it's probably gonna span between like a good 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years. But they look like they're learning shit like fucking airbenders and shit. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and it. Can we just okay? So we've addressed that you're still like in the air about it, and that I'm kind of interested in it, right? Because of the factors. Can we address just what we both agreed on in the beginning before you even watched the trailer and what you said? Do you remember what you said?
So
What you asked me? You were like, "Is this just a whole bunch of like energy blasts?" And
yeah, I was like, are people gonna be like flying around and like
Yeah, no. You said it isn't
having
No,
superpowers.
no. You were like, so it isn't going to be like energy blasts and people flying around because I was trying to make it seem like, yo, the second trailer kind of got me interested, and your words were, so it isn't going to be like energy blasts and people flying around, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be like energy blasts, like it's not any better. Like, so I think with what everything we just said in non-support and support of it, and then with that joke we just, it wasn't a joke, it really happened.
Yeah.
I think that really says it all, where it's like, this movie's probably not going to do very well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
it's probably going to be one of their one-offs.
Marvel's fans are like so worldwide now, where I think,
and super loyal.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But like what were you saying though about the how they're trying to like redo the continuity and stuff?
Yeah, dude. With Iron Man 3, when they did Iron Man 3, and they made Guy Ritchie,
like turning into fucking.
I think that's his name. I think that's the actor's name is Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, he was a man. He was a real Mandarin, but he was like a different villain.
There's
in the comics, right?
So in 2 movies now, the 10 Rings and Iron Man 3, right? We have now seen 3 versions of the Mandarin, and so we've seen Guy Ritchie or whatever. We've seen Ben Kingsley, the drunk British dude who looked like him, but was just an actor.
Yeah.
In number 3, in Iron Man 3,
yeah.
And we get the real version,
quote unquote,
in the 10 Rings movie. And I'm like, to me, that there is them fixing the continuity. And it's them going, we fucked up. We thought that a white man playing this character would be a good idea. And no. Now, this new movie's coming out 15 years or 12 years later or whatever. How many ever years? I don't know, actually, the date. A lot of years later. And a lot of movies have come out since. And we've learned our lesson about trying to whitewash everything.
Exactly.
And that pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off, because it's like, you guys fucked up. Why'd you... If you fucked up, is this not just like rebooting something? You guys are just rewriting how you fucked up. So if you're going to rewrite it, at least do it right. And to see this new version of right? I'm excited for that reason, because I'm like, so are we actually going to get the real Mandarin now? Because I'm telling you, in Iron Man 3, that wasn't the Mandarin. That was garbage.
So, also another thing, towards the end of the trailer,
he said, fuck yeah, amen.
Towards the end of the trailer, I honestly don't think it is, but it could be. You're saying it was an abomination
from the Hulk. Yeah. I think that monster that in the fight scene is the abomination, and he looks a little bit different than he did in the Incredible Hulk, because he had the fin on his back instead, which is more like the comic.
I mean, it could be more, but that's why I don't think it is.
Yeah,
it is him. But we were talking about how the dude from the Asian dude from Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
because he did the little finger magic thing. And
yeah, good call. Yeah,
but like you were saying though, like this could have been like way before fucking Doctor Strange.
We don't know where.
Strange,
yeah, we don't know where the timeline lands. Like, yeah, it could have been.
That was a good theory. I like that. But if it does line up that is Abomination, that's gonna be fucking mind blowing.
So here's an image of Abomination, one of the yellow versions.
Yeah, so that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like the one we seen in the 10 Rings kind of thing, because of the fin. But he was more like this color.
What if that's like so they took the Hulk and that thing is the original Abomination, and they morphed the fucking, I don't know, dude.
The thing is, you can't say with Marvel because they're notorious for making new characters.
Yeah.
Or bringing characters from other stories into this and going, it's an Easter egg. We just didn't want to actually include the story so you could predict it. I don't. Honestly, I'll be real with you. We have spent way too much time talking about just the Ten Rings movie because I don't actually think it's like going to be so good that I'm gonna be like come back on the show after I watch it.
Only Marvel news besides the Eternals that we've seen. So
the Eternals is a little different. The reason that I'm excited about the Ten Rings movie
speaking of time travel and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I'm excited about, and I've already said it, but that second trailer, just like with you, with what was it? What was it? The second trailer, you're like, oh shit, I was talking hella shit. Suicide Squad. Yeah. And now that's DC, I know, but it's the same effect. After I watched that second trailer of the Ten Rings one, I was like, hold up, like they may actually fix how they fucking dropped the ball. Halloween Kills looks really good. It looks a lot better. We talked a lot of shit about it at first, but I think that...
I just think it's funny. What was that chick's name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Has been in it since the original Halloween. She's just always fighting. Her whole half her career has just been fighting the dude from Halloween.
I think what happens is the movie picks up after a certain movie and it cuts off the rest of them.
Just like Rob Zombie's.
And
like every other...
no. Rob Zombies was a reboot. It restarted everything.
Wasn't she in the reboot too?
No. In Rob Zombies, no. As far as I remember, no. Rob Zombies was a complete reboot with his wife and all of his like the people he cast. The last one she was in was I think Halloween H2O. I think.
You're right. She wasn't in
Yeah, for
Rob
sure.
Zombie.
Yeah, for sure. Was not excited until I seen that trailer and all the deaths, and then I read that they were like, "This is not even the tip of the iceberg," and I was like,
Yeah,
I
some
thought
of those
you
deaths
guys
were fucking crazy. Dude.
They were nutty.
There's one though we have to agree on that like the
was bullshit.
Those little like these kind of lights.
No, not these kind. You're talking about the ones in my kitchen.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He's talking about shop lights. They're like the circular lights. They're like this big. You usually see them hanging in your grandpa's garage.
No doubt. He breaks it and then sticks it all the way through somebody's like throat. It looks like, but no doubt. If you broke it and you put it to somebody's neck,
it would crumble. It would cut them.
It would definitely probably cut.
Yeah, it would cut them.
Since it's glass,
it
could
cut
possibly
them.
be a deep cut too. But as you go through, it just be like.
When I see that and how slow he was going, I think in my head I'm like, enabled to achieve that, you would have to be moving with such massive force to penetrate the skin. Like, I mean, you'd have to be moving so fast that you would go through them. You see what I'm saying?
The
like
material, though, dude. I don't think the material would work, though.
Well, because have you ever cut yourself on a blade of grass?
It's like trying to stab somebody with a straw, bro.
What? Have you ever cut yourself on a blade of grass?
Well, yeah, that's like a paper cut because it's so thin.
So my thing is that thin glass piercing the skin would make you bleed. We've agreed on that. I think that if it was moving at a higher velocity,
it wouldn't be that clean though, dude.
You know what we need to do? I love this conversation so fucking much right now. We need to do like a Mythbuster Shnerd version where we're like all of a sudden, yeah, but we get like a pig or like a steak or like a steak to mimic it, and we're like, let's see if this light bulb will just go through if we just move as fast as we can. But I like I said, I think that scene was bullshit.
Yeah.
Because the way he did it was like he was like this.
Like,
she's like, no, and he's like this. He's like, I'm gonna kill you.
He's like, nah.
No, yeah, it's so slow.
Think of it as like a light bulb, dude. Like you grab a light bulb and you crush it.
It cuts you, but you brought. But hold on, question: if you were to have a piece of glass that you could hold in your hand comfortably, say it was like this big, right? And you were to hold it, you know it's gonna cut you, obviously, or maybe it doesn't because you're holding one side that isn't sharp, right?
Yeah.
If you were to hold that piece of glass from one of those light bulbs, do you think you could cut? This got really weird. Do you think you could cut somebody's throat with it?
Definitely, dude.
Okay, so that's my only logic that I could follow, but I still agree with you 100%.
I mean,
like I agree with your
the
point.
way he stabs her just doesn't.
He's
make
like
sense.
no, he's like this.
And it's like from hella far away, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, think of it as like a knife straw.
Yeah.
You could stab somebody with it, but like if you give it if you get enough force,
yeah, but with the straw, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm just being argumentative. You're totally correct. That scene was so hokey pokey.
Yeah, that's
and there was another scene.
Out of everything.
No, there was another one.
Which one?
In the very beginning, when he's standing in front of the fire, the green screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was very clearly
it just,
green
like,
screen.
Blows up and he's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, firemen.
The studio is hot.
You know, right?
Fucking
and then that dude with the jaws of life, or whatever, he's like, I'm gonna cut you, and then he just spins it around. He's like,
bro, hella dumb, dog.
Well, like you said, we gotta do Mythbusters, bro. We're to see what's true,
what's true, what's false with fucking Myers with Halloween kills.
Exactly.
Kills. Yeah, dude. It looked okay. It looked okay. It looked like something to fun, but hokey pokey to watch on Halloween with like a girl or some shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this episode, right? Like, I mean, we talked about everything that we could so far. Anything else you want to add?
Nah, man. I think we did really good this one. We talked about a lot. You could put a lot of clips up based on this.
And also, I forgot to bring up in the very beginning. I think maybe I did, but we're both fully vaccinated, so everything's legit.
Dude. Everything just went through the other day. I just got it. Felt like shit. Like Ben said, weathered the storm.
How did you feel, bro?
Horrible. So the first day, I went and got
shot?
Yeah, I went and got the second shot, not my first shot, but my the final dose.
First day of your second shot.
Yeah. I went into the store at the pharmacist, and I was okay. I had no anxiety. I was like, I don't give a shit about getting shots. It's whatever, right? And I was good, and I got the shot, and they try to make you wait like 30 minutes, I think, or 15 to 30 minutes to make sure you're okay.
They never.
But they won't enforce it. I always leave, I left both times. I even told them, I was like, yo, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna sit here. Like, I got shit to do. The second time, I actually waited for a second because I was like, oh, it's weird. Like, I'm kind of getting anxiety right now, but I'm okay. Like, I know I'm okay. And I walked out, and I was gonna go walk around the store and get some groceries. And all of a sudden, dude, my heart started fucking racing. And I was like, okay, I feel a little off. I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, and I left. I got home. I felt fine for like the most part of the day. Had a couple beers. I was still even good even then. I crashed for like an hour on accident. Woke up. I was still good. Had a couple more beers. The next day I woke up. Like straight up massive headache. I woke up. I think that I woke up because I took a deep breath and my lungs hurt, and I was like, what the fuck? And I like literally grabbed both sides, and I was like, oh, and I was like, what is that feeling? And then I went to stand up, and it was like I had been working out, and like I literally put my hands on my thighs and had to help myself up, and was like, what the fuck? I'm sore. Like I was like, I didn't even work out. Like, what's going on? And like, I went to go pee, and like, I took a massive stinky pee, and I was just like, bro.
Shit got to you, man.
Yeah, dude. And then I had this headache, and my body was aching, and like, I was like, okay, this is normal. Like, this isn't a big deal. And I sat there for like 15 minutes, and I made a cup of coffee, and this is when I knew something was wrong. I made coffee, I took 3 sips and had to pour it out because it was making me want to throw up. And I was like, what the fuck? I drink 2 12-packs a night with friends and wake up and have coffee and I'm good. But like a shot in the... Yeah, and I knew something was wrong. And so I took 2 ibuprofens to help with the aching. And I waited a little bit. And I had like some water, and I drank some juice. I snacked on some like vegetables, like cucumbers and stuff. And I just felt really fucking off that whole day. Like, hella fucking off, where I was like, man, fuck this, dude.
Yeah, dude, no, I'm telling you. I'm glad you're feeling better though. Like I'm glad.
No, yeah, it was that night. I felt better. I was like, it was just the first like 10 hours after the 24th hour. I was like fucked up, and then today's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So Saturday, I still felt kind of off, but I was feeling better to the point where I was like back to my drinking routine and shit. You know.
Yeah. Well, dude, yeah, that shit.
You want any more of this?
I'm good for right now. But yeah, dude, getting that second shot is pretty fucking crazy. Like, it is a game changer. But I'm glad you went through it. I'm glad you got it.
Dude, it
Now
was
you
it was so necessary.
And you know what? It works out, bro, because we both got it, fully vaccinated. Don't have to worry about much. I mean, we could still get it, but
Yeah.
less
But
risk.
it's
Less
a
risk.
way less percentage of a risk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We got the antibodies.
our risk zone is not as high as people who
It's
don't
like,
have
it's
the
like 90%
vaccine.
or something like that.
Yeah, it's in most cases it's like 90% effective, and like the only thing that's been happening that is scary is that with this vaccine is that there may be a relation to random heart inflammation. Yeah, and I was like a little concerned about that because heart disease runs in my family, and I was like, I don't like that because it just came out after I got my first dose, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And like I was waking up with the sore lungs and shit,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh,
man,
shit, the fire lungs, bro.
yeah, dude, literally, dude, I'll not forget, dude, like Friday when I woke up, that morning I woke up, and it was like I was starting to wake up, and I was like, my heart rate picked up because you're waking up, and I was like breathing through my nose, and my lungs just were like,
Holy shit.
and they hit me, and I was like, oh, and I opened my eyes, and I was like, the fuck, I can't breathe, like, and I thought for sure for like a half a second, I was like, I got the Rona, bro.
I got the Rona, bro.
Bro, nah, dude,
Well,
but
like I said, dude, like I'm
it's
glad,
not so bad.
I'm
It's
glad you're feeling better, bro. Like,
I
I'm
am,
glad
yeah.
Everything's going good. We're gonna end it here. Just make sure to check the description for all the links, everything you want to know. You see on the screen, Cultcanon's channel, everything he's doing. Don't forget, he's making a new album, right?
Bipolar poetry. That's gonna be, I don't even know what to call it, but it's definitely not gonna be just a rap album.
Well,
So
you heard it here first, I guess, people. Check out his Instagram, check out his channel, check out everything. Hope you guys stay fucking cool and safe out there. And there we go. Shnerdcast episode 60.
nope, 64.
64.
I think. Yeah.
Out. Take it easy.
Out. Shnerdcast. Hey.